Here we go again with another list of top 10 fragrances for life. Hi everyone, I'm Rolf from Scented Moments channel, where I help you to explore the amazing world of perfumery. So in this video, I want to talk about my 10 fragrances for life. I already did this list like a while ago, so I would like to revisit this topic with some new fragrances. Maybe I don't really remember how it was my previous list, but yes, I have here 5 designs and 5 niche fragrances. Initially I just wanted to mention 5, but if 10 is already very hard, 5 is just like impossible. And of course, this video, just take this video with a grain of salt, because in the end, tomorrow my opinion might be different, and our tastes are constantly changing. So maybe in the future, maybe I will not appreciate some fragrances that I'll feature now. So it all depends on each other's experiences, each other's tastes. So take that in consideration. So with that being said, let's start off with the designer fragrances first, and this is in no specific order. So for me, the idea or the criteria to choose fragrances were, well, fragrances for formal occasions, fragrances for night out / dates, fragrances for daily wear, fragrances for more summer, like to have more of that tropical summer vibe, and a fragrance, this too, one niche, one designer, but a fragrance that I just can be without. Now this was extremely hard because there are so many fragrances that I have that I could easily feature in here. I skipped a lot of fragrances that I'm always talking about, but it's really because I'm always talking about them. I just try to just change and talk about some other fragrances that I also really love, just so that this will not be boring for you, because then I would just mention the same fragrances over and over again. So now, yes, we are good to go. First, we will start with a fragrance for formal occasions. And in the designer side of things, this is from an exclusive line from Chanel, from Les Exclusives. And this for me is also a recent acquisition of mine that I'm so proud to finally have a full 200 ml bottle of Cuir de Russie. This classic. Cuir de Russie, man, this is just magical. This smells like old money. It's a classic for a reason. This is one of the best leathers out there. This is like a dry, animalic, floral leather that everyone should try at least once in their life. It's just that good. And it also a bit smoky. It has that bit of a birch tar. So it's really like a very dry, incredibly dry actually, dry, a bit animalic, smoky, floral fragrance. Absolutely love it. I think this is perfect for formal events. You will just shine with Cuir de Russie. Now, a fragrance for a daily wear for me. This was also incredibly hard. Having over 400 fragrances, I could mention quite a few versatile fragrances, but I decided to go with this one because I think that this really deserves more recognition. It's from House of Loewe, and it is 001 Man EDP Parfum. Now, I already talked about this fragrance here and there in this channel. Actually, already featured in some couple of videos ago. I already mentioned this fragrance, already featured this fragrance in a spring list, signature scents. So I already featured this fragrance a lot, but I feel that it's never enough to highlight this fragrance because it's that good. So this is Iris, but it's not your typical makeup-y Iris fragrance or makeup-y powdery fragrance. Although it is a bit powdery, but this is more focused on the vegetal, because this also has carrot seeds, so this is more of a vegetal powdery iris, and it's also very musky. It has those creamy embret seeds in here with cedarwood, and overall it creates a very musky, creamy, powdery, woodsy concoction that is just to die for. This is very elegant, very sophisticated, and you will be noticed because the performance is very good. This is another parfum after all, so people will smell you and in the best way possible, because this is clean, so you will not really offend anyone. At least I can't see it how this could offend, but well, not in my experience. Because it has that cleanness, and again, it's that powdery, creamy, musky, woody fragrance that, although it might not sound very unique, but it is. I think they really did a great job here, and it's a high quality signature scent that everyone should try, especially if you like iris. Check this one out. It's Loewe 001 Man EDP. The next fragrance is for date night / night out, and this one also very hard, but I think this really fits that purpose, or those purposes, to perfection. It is Spicebomb Extreme by Viktor and Rolf. This fragrance is vanilla, tobacco, cinnamon done to perfection. When we are talking about the designer fragrance, this gives vibes of Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, although this is a bit more amped up in the vanilla and the cinnamon, but this really gives vibes of Tobacco Vanille. Although Tobacco Vanille has more dried fruits, which this one doesn't have, and this one is a bit more licoricey, like the vanilla is a bit more licoricey, but in the end it's a fantastic perfume. And Tobacco Vanille nowadays is extremely expensive, I mean overpriced to be honest. So if you can just find this one for a fraction of the price, just go for it. Performance is amazing, and it's really just perfect. It's a fantastic, delicious vanilla, cinnamon, tobacco, like it gives like a gourmand feel, and it's just perfect for night outs and for date nights. It's Viktor and Rolf Spicebomb Extreme. The next fragrance, it's for more summer, to give me that summer feel, and this fragrance is perfect for that. It is from Hermes, and it is Voyage d'Hermes, which I already talked about. This fragrance, this perfume, it's fantastic for me. It's not your typical aquatic scent. This is fresh, spicy, salty, with a bit of an aquatic nature into it, but it's more focused on the spices and the saltiness, like a dry saltiness, than just being like a salty aquatic. This for me gives boho chic feel, and it's perfect for that. This for me, it's fantastic. The only downside, and it's also quite citrusy, very uplifting right in the opening. And this for me, it's perfect for summer. The only downside is really the performance. I mean, this is an eau de toilette, and well, this really doesn't last all that much, unfortunately. But if this would have better performance, this I think this would be even more talked about. But while this fragrance lasts, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I absolutely love this one. I highly advise you to check this one out if you have yet to. It's Voyage d'Hermes with this unique bottle presentation. Perfect for summer, and it's very unique. You will definitely stand out while this fragrance lasts, of course. And last but definitely not least, in the designer side of things, this is a fragrance that I can't live without this fragrance. And although it's starting to be a bit hard to find, even in Europe, but still, I'm very proud to have a 75 ml bottle of Dior Homme Parfum. This is a masterpiece. It's one of my all-time favorite designer fragrances. Iris, rose, leather, cedarwood, done to perfection. Oh, it's so good, so intoxicating. Oh yeah, this is a masterpiece. hands down. And honestly, I could have featured just Homme Intense and this one. I love those three just equally. I also like Homme Eau, although it's now long discontinued. I still have the Homme Sport 2012. Homme Cologne, I mean, that line overall, it's, I mean, how it was a masterpiece. It was actually for many years the reason why Dior was my favorite fragrance brand. Now it's not the case, unfortunately, but still this is my baby, you know. It's a very intense, powdery, lipsticky, thick, floral with that rose, but that leather here really gives some a raw quality into it. I really do love this fragrance, and just the color of the liquid says it all. I mean, it's a very intense, dark perfume. Dior Homme Parfum. Check this fragrance out if you have yet to. Now, in the niche side of things, starting with a formal fragrance, or fragrance for formal events, it's none other than Amouage Jubilation XXV. You can't go wrong with this one. This for me is a masterpiece. It's one of my all-time favorites from Amouage. This is like my top 3 favorite Amouage fragrances. It's so good. This is blackberry, or no, blackcurrant, like a very juicy blackcurrant with incense, with labdanum, with oud. I mean, you name it. It has lots of notes featured in here. It's just a beautiful creation from Bertrand de Chafour. And actually now Amouage will, I think it's soon to be launched, like an extrait version. Like now they are releasing like a Jubilation 40, which is like an extrait, like they already did with Interlude 53 and already did with Reflection. So yeah, now they will do the same for Jubilation 25. I'm very, very curious to try that. Oh, but this one is so good. I already heard that, like, the new formulation, because this one is still the old formulation, because you have here the name of the perfume Jubilation here, but now it comes here Jubilation 25, and a lot of people are complaining that it's incredibly watered down. Maybe because they really are watering down that one to just release the extrait. But I can tell you that this one, the performance is fantastic. It's very rich, very intense, very regal. It's that's the type of fragrance that empowers you, you know. It's so good. It smells like gold, I would say, like sweet gold. It's Jubilation 25. Next fragrance, it's from House of Acqua di Parma, and this is my let's say signature scent, or a fragrance that I would wear in a daily base, and this one is Colonia Futura. I absolutely love this fragrance. This is one of the best fragrances from Acqua di Parma, and it was released like in 2020 or 2021, and the nose behind this fragrance is none other than François Demachy, which was the former in-house parfumeur of Christian Dior before Francis Kurkdjian, that is currently the nose behind the brand of Christian Dior. So this one is a fantastic perfume. This is lavender, bergamot, clary sage, and then you have your woods and a base. But this is a very natural smelling, citrusy, lavender, green scent. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Great performance, actually. This for me, it's really signature scent worthy, perfect for daily wear, and you will be smelling unique. This is like a classic perfume to the modern days, and I think it's done really well. It's Acqua di Parma Colonia Futura. Next fragrance, and this is for date/night outs. This was very hard to choose just one. but I ended up with Vanillavan by Les Indemodables. This was very hard because I was choosing between this one, Bengal Rouge by Papillon, and so many others. So I was like, oh, I need really to choose just one. I ended up with this one. This is a masterpiece. Let's start with that. All of these are masterpieces, and that's why they are being featured in this video in the first place. So Vanillavan, vanilla and tobacco, but more of a tobacco leaves. And this is like a boozy vanilla, like a brandy or cognac vanilla with this dry tobacco leaves, and it has a hint of a cacao feel. Yeah, it also has cacao in here, and it's just to die for. I mean, I don't know, in terms of night out, I see this more of a date night scent, because the performance isn't, I mean, it will not project all that much, you know. It's not that you will fill a room with this one. This sits closer to your skin, although it will last and last, but it's not a perfume that you will fill a room, and it's not meant to, and thanks God it's not, because if it would, this would be maybe a bit overwhelming. But I ended up with Vanillavan because of the high quality materials, the fantastic blend, and I think really this is the most popular fragrance from this brand for a reason. Very likable. It's very addicting, and it's very yummy to smell on another person. At least for it's the sensation that I get every time I wear this when I'm closer to my girlfriend. So yeah, she really likes to smell this one on me. So yeah, Vanillavan by Les Indemodables. It's perfect for date nights. My summery, more tropical niche fragrance is from House of Xerjoff, and this was also quite hard to choose, because even from Xerjoff I was deciding between this one or Cruz Azur 2, which is one of the best fruity fragrances out there actually. But well, I ended up with this one because in the end this is my most worn Xerjoff fragrance, and it is 40 knots. I mean, the level of the liquid, it's like here. So yeah, it's a lot comparing with taking in consideration the size of my collection. 40 knots is amazing. This is like ambergris. This is like woods, ambergris, salty, buttery, gray perfume. Gray is really the color of this fragrance. Gray with some blue undertones. Oh, it's fantastic. It's salty, it's rich, it's woody. This for me kind of reminds me of Ambra by Christian Dior without the rose. So the rose in Ambra adds a more delicate, elegant feel. This one is more raw. It's more intense, and maybe I would say more bold, because the performance actually it's quite good. Actually, it's intense, a bit loud. You need to go easy on the trigger because I already oversprayed this, and it can be overwhelming for me, but not for the people around me, because for the people around me this really gives a nice sillage, but for me it's a bit overwhelming actually. So really go easy on the spray because you can overwhelm yourself. But 40 knots, it's one of the best from Xerjoff, I would say. I don't know if they are using real ambergris here, but I mean, if they are just using accords or synthetic material, but I think they really did a great job here, because it really gives like an ambergris feel, like a buttery, salty, dark, gray, aquatic, gray color, but it gives also an aquatic nature into it that it's fantastic. You have on some mythique from Guerlain that it's, for me, that is natural ambergris. This doesn't smell like that. That's why I'm doubting that this has natural ambergris, but even so, I think this is still a fantastic perfume. 40 Knots by Xerjoff, one of the best from the brand. Highly advise you to check this one out. And this can be also signature scent worthy. I just prefer to wear this more often during the summertime because it's quite elegant and it has that Italian elegance that I absolutely love. 40 Knots by Xerjoff. And last but by no means least, a perfume that I can't really live without, from Profumum Roma, and here I could just mention the entire house. Because Profumum Roma is my favorite brand overall, so I could just mention all Profumum Roma fragrances in this category and that would be it. But well, I would just mention one like representing the brand, let's say, and it is Ambra Aurea. Ambra Aurea is the best, the very best amber out there. And this also uses ambergris, a natural amber. And here I can say that this is like a natural smelling perfume. This is like labdanum, very thick, gooey, resinous, sweet labdanum with a salty, buttery ambergris. It's just to die for. Wow, it's intoxicating. It's mind-blowing. It's a masterpiece. It's a perfume that I really can't live without. And if you are searching for like the best amber out there, it's Ambra Aurea, and that's it. It gives like a very comforting feel into it because it's very warm, and it's because it's very sweet, warm, resinous. It really is like comforting. It's like you are heating yourself with a blanket. Or you're covering yourself with a blanket, and it's how this feels to me. I love this. This is like a staple for the winter time, a staple for the Christmas. I absolutely love this one. It's Ambra Aurea by Profumum Roma. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what are your 10 or 5 fragrances for life to this day. I would love to hear and to read your lists. If you find value in this video, just hit the like button because that will help this channel a lot. And see you in next video. Take care, guys. Ciao.